Fake it till you make it. You've heard this phrase before, right? It's the dumbest phrase ever. Like, it encourages people to be fake until they make it. You will never make it if you fake it. People read through that. Like, you might be able to fool your mom and dad. You might be able to fool your friends, your wife, your husband a couple times. But people know who you are. You will reveal yourself. Welcome back to the Uncharted Podcast with Yaro. I wanted to briefly take like a minute and just tell you what I'm working on, what books I'm reading, listening to, and what I'm kind of doing with the family. And I hope that encourages you. Maybe you are looking for a good book to read or listen to. I listen to more books than I read. I have more time to listen than to read. And obviously you get more when you read. But at least you're listening to something beneficial that helps you grow, especially for men. What you listen to matters a lot. A lot. Ladies, if you're watching this, make sure you're keeping track on your men, what they're filling their minds with, what they are listening to, because a lot of the stuff they're listening to can be complete garbage. And you're probably noticing things in their actions that is probably giving you a red flag saying he's thinking upon these weird subjects, and you have a chance to correct those. Anyways, men, you're listening to this. I'm going to tell you what books I'm reading and what books I'm listening to. I love this Kindle. I've had it for about a year. I don't read a lot of books right now. However, I am reading a few that I can recommend, and I will tell you what those are. So I'm reading a book called Never Finished, and that's a book by David Goggins. You guys know David Goggins. He also had a really good first book that he launched a few years back. I read that too, and it's not a self-help book, but it is a motivational type book. However, if you know anything about David Goggins, you know he's a pretty incredible human being. I don't think he's saved, which is a little unfortunate, but he's gone through a lot, and I think you can grow through books that aren't faith-based either. You just got to be careful on what you're reading. At the same time, I'm also reading a book right now by John Piper called Don't Waste Your Life. That's a great book as well. And I'm listening to more books than I'm reading. So those are the two books I'm currently reading. However, listening to, and some of these books that were recommended to me by my good friend Dimitri, and they're excellent. For example, It's Good to Be a Man. I just finished that book yesterday. It's Good to Be a Man by Michael Foster. That's an amazing, amazing book for you men. I would put it on the list of must-haves. There's another book I'm reading right now. I actually just finished was Great by Choice, and Good to Great is another book that's also by the same authors, but Great by Choice by Jim Collins. If you are a business mind or you're looking to grow something, that's an incredible book. Highly recommend that. I just finished a book called Dad, Tired and Loving It. That was a great book. I really enjoyed that one. Let's see what else. Started a new book called Tactics. It's Tactics by Gregory Kukul, if I'm saying that right. That's been very good. I still have 8 hours left of that one. Cold Case Christianity. That's one I'm going to start reading or listening to here soon. Very, very strong book regarding your faith and how to talk to others. Let's see. Trying to see what else I'm on the list. Christianity and liberalism. That's one I'm looking forward to read. Into Thin Air is another non-faith-based book that's really good about mindset and whatnot. But I'm also very excited to read this other book called Disciplines of a Godly Man. I'll make sure I give you guys a little update on that one once I'm done with that one. Probably about a month out for that one. But what you fill your mind with matters. And I think what you listen to matters. And what you do on your daily basis matters. If you just take 30 minutes, an hour to listen to something, you're still driving. Might as well listen to something that's helping you grow and be a better man than to just listen to music and just be empty at the end of the day. Like, keep the music listening to your workouts. I don't know. Another thing I'm doing is I have these little bracelets. Some of you guys aren't bracelet guys. That's okay. I love bracelets. I also love these bracelets because they're thin, and there's also I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'll have to zoom in, but you see those letters, and it's by a company called what what is it called? I wrote it down because I knew I'd forget. Proclamation Coalition, and it's a great Bible verse project. Pretty much, they send you on a subscription base. They send you 4 bracelets, and they give you, that gives you a week per bracelet to memorize a Bible verse. And I love these because not only am I doing them, my family's doing it, and my kids love it. I give, we trade them week after week. So I start with one, my children start with another one, and like for example, this week's verse is because it gives you the first letter of each word of the verse. So, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. Psalms 103:2. 103, yeah. And it's an easy way to remember Bible verses. And when you know scripture well, you also are able to articulate that into your daily life. And you remember these verses, and they come up, and that's how you really overcome sin. Think about Jesus, the ultimate man. Here on earth, what did he do when he was tempted? Even he, the Son of God, used scripture to overcome temptation that the devil was tempting him in. That's powerful. So knowing the word is crucial. That's why I talk about that a lot on these podcasts. And I hope that you can use tools like this that help you. So that's something else I've been doing. Another thing I've been doing is keeping a journal. And I'm keeping a journal with prayer requests. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, I call it my unspoken prayers, right? Like these prayers that sometimes they're not spoken into the public field of other people. Maybe someone doesn't know about these things. They're private. And I pray for these men and women in my life. And I hope that you do too. I'm not perfect at this yet. It's something new I've been getting myself back into and helping myself grow and others. So if you're not doing that, I highly encourage that. That helps a lot, especially when you're praying for others. I think that's very powerful, especially for us men, because men need other men. And that's a common theme you'll see upon all of the episodes here on the Uncharted podcast. Okay, I'm going to start with the magic trick because today we're talking about fakeness, fake men. We're going to talk about that and cover that a little bit. But I want to start with a little magic trick. So you have a 50-cent coin. I'm a little rusty. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. This might not go as planned, but I'll try. So you have a 50-cent, half dollar, and you have a centavo, 20-cent centavo, Mexican centavo piece. So I'm going to put these two in my hand, and when I put them in my hand, can you see this? I'm not trying to do any kind of sleight of hand type stuff. So I'm going to put these into my hand, and I'm going to tell you to see, now you can't really participate in this because you're not here, but what I'm going to do is when I open this up, I want you to tell me which coin is bigger. Watch it fall now. So what magic words am I supposed to say? Like that? Where did the centavo piece go? Right? Where did the other coin go? It's not. I'm gonna have to zoom in on this. Is it here? Where is it? You're supposed to start looking for things like where'd it go? What? Is that it? Right? I mean, in person it's a lot more impressive, but you may think it's sleight of hand. But really, I'm going to uncover this because it's a fun trick, and you can purchase one of these things on Google, on Amazon. But pretty much, it's a 50-cent coin, fake one, with a little area for the double-sided half-dollar centavo piece to go in, and when it goes into your hand, you just squeeze them together and it becomes one coin. To keep it more interesting, you're doing this in a group of people. Give this another separate, 20 centavo piece, copper centavo piece to someone you know, and keep it in their pocket. And be like, everyone, check your pockets. It's a nice little fun thing. I've done this in crowds, and people love to smile. People like to be entertained. So. But the topic here where I'm trying to lead with that is being fake. And you'll find a lot of fake men and fake people online. That's not anything new, but Instagram, social media, all of that. There's a lot of people that got famous online, but they're so weird in person. Like they don't know how to carry a conversation because all they know is how to entertain online, but they don't know how to talk to real humans. Now, the other problem is there's a lot of people who are spending a lot of money to get into what they think is popular. So they'll spend money on bots and followers. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, especially businesses who buy bots and followers. Like once you start doing that, not only does the algorithm shot and you can't recover from that because now the algorithm is going to go left and right, doesn't even know what kind of audiences to send your way. It's also smart enough to recognize fake bots anyways. So the only thing you're doing with purchasing followers is you're purchasing a status amongst other people. Very egoistic. Yes, very egocentric, very pointless because people know who you are. Like you don't need to purchase followers to make yourself feel better about who you are. If you are, that's pretty sad. It's pretty sad because you should have a higher self image of yourself than what you are worth online. Which it's sad. A lot of women are degraded online and they sell themselves as objects, and they'll post certain things in certain kind of media to uplift their own ego and their own self-worth, so to say. It's pretty pathetic. And men are stupid enough to follow that and feed that. It's a circle. It's a circle, another never-ending circle, and we have to break it. So bots and followers, it's just crazy. I've seen a lot of recent accounts grow like crazy, and they're like, you start looking at the views, and they don't correlate. The clicks to likes to followers just doesn't correlate. It's not even giving you business. It's giving you fake it's giving you a fake what word do I want to use? Perception online. It's not giving you real clients. And one might argue and say, well, if people see that I'm this big hot shot, on my business and I have a lot of followers, they're going to choose me. No, people actually use their brains. They go and look at your reviews. They go and they call you. They do price checks with other companies. Like, it's beyond me on these people who do this, but nevertheless, it exists. Let's talk about the phrase that I hate as well. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. You've heard this phrase before, right? It's the dumbest phrase ever. Like, so it encourages people to be fake until they make it. You will never make it if you fake it. People read through that. Like you might be able to fool your mom and dad. You might be able to fool your friends, your wife, your husband a couple of times. But people know who you are. You will reveal yourself through actions. You will reveal yourself through what you do and what you value. Like it's clear as day. People aren't stupid. Some people are, but majority of people that you're even trying to impress in the first place with faking it are going to read right past it. Those are the people you don't want to be around. Those are the people that are willing to give up what they value in order to gain what other people value. It's ridiculous. They have no self-worth. They have no real vision. They have no goals. They're just going with the flow, and they're going to fake it until they make it. And these people don't make it. You look at any successful business person, any successful human being, they didn't fake it to get there. You try faking it at the gym day in and day out, and then try to do a sport. You're gonna look like a fool. You're gonna look like a fool. And there's a lot of people like that. And there's a lot of people that go to a gym just to take a picture, and then they leave or whatever. Or some people go to a gym and they work out and they take great pics, but they take all these other supplements to make them look a lot bigger and make themselves feel like they're macho. It's ridiculous. Just stick to the basics. Take care of your body. It all catches up eventually. We're talking about long term. In short term, there's a lot of people that look successful. In the short term, you look over there and you look over there and you're like, man, this guy or this girl, like they're crushing it. Follow them for 5 years. Follow them for 10 years. In the book I recently finished, Good to Great. No, the other book I mentioned. Now it's gonna bother me. So let me pull it up. There was a great note. It was a great. I'll pull it up so I can tell you exactly what that is. It's wow. Now of course I won't see it. Great by Choice. It talks about this concept of the consistency in the long term. If you are pretending to be someone you're not, and you are faking it, people will see right through that. People will notice that. And people don't want to be around fake men. No real woman wants to be around a fake man. No real man wants to be around other fake men. Like if you have fake men around you in your circle, you need to get rid of that. Well, probably you don't even realize it because you're also a fake man. But those who are watching this are realizing what I'm talking about. You realize that your circle matters. And I'm this whole fake it till you make it is teaching our generations of men to be weak men. And it's sad. Because it doesn't work. It's not an equation that works. And those kind of men don't follow through with their promises. Those kind of men, they don't grow. They don't have a vision. They don't have a mission. They just are. And that sucks. It sucks to just exist. Every man was created for a purpose, for a mission, and to accomplish things, and more importantly, accomplish the Great Commission that we read in the Bible. So let's talk about two passages, or just one passage and a concept here. I want you guys to really grasp this. So James chapter 1, verse 8 is what I want to read with you. By the way, this is the King James Version, Hebrew, Greek, keyword study Bible. I love it because Hebrew and Greek, original languages of the Old and New Testament, sometimes certain words mean a lot more or less than our English, words describe it. So take a look at this. James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Double-minded man. A double-minded man is a fake man. He is here and there. He is both hot and cold. He is warm. No one likes a warm coffee. You either like your coffee cold or hot, right? This is the same concept. A double-minded person is unstable in all his ways. Take a look at this. What does that mean? What does the word double-minded mean? Let's look at that. So, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this in the original language, but I will tell you what these words mean. So, two-spirited, in opinion or purpose. If you have opinion and purpose that is different day in and day out, you're not going to be stable. You're not going to, in all your ways, you're going to be unstable. You're going to say yes today and you're going to say no tomorrow. No one likes a friend who says, dude, I'll help you if you just call me. And when you call them, they say, oh, I'm busy. That's happened to you. You've called someone that you thought was your friend, and then they said, oh, I'm busy. And by busy, they meant I want to do something else, and you're not a priority because I rather care about myself than you, and I have plans, like sit on the sofa and or relax or whatever. Stay away from those people. And even if you have one or two solid men in your life, it's better than having 100 fake, unstable men in your life. Who cares how many followers you have on your social media? Who cares how many people are watching and, following your whatever? Like, for example, this podcast, I don't know how many people are actually going to be impacted. I do this because it's something that I've been called to do, and I really want other men to be inspired, grow, and hope that stories help each other grow. So it's not about the followers, and it's not about the people in your circle. It's the type of people in your circle. So two-spirited in opinion or purpose, and then a little bit further on it says double-minded is inconsistent, and wavering. You do not want to be that tree that falls over when the storm hits. Or you better have hope that you've got good roots when that storm comes, because a storm will come in your life. At one point, things are going to go south. It's not a question of whether you're going to have some bad situations happen in your life. It's a matter of when. Now, when those things happen, you can either be prepared, and we talked about being a prepared man in our last episode, or you can choose to be lazy right now and be taken down when that hard moment or situation hits your life. We're going to wrap up with a little example about the Pharisees in the Bible. The Pharisees had a high status. They were these men who knew the word, they knew the scrolls, they had access to this. They were in the synagogues. They pretended like they were these holy men who prayed, and they would wear certain kind of clothing, and they'd be like a high status of people in society. Yet those are the people that Jesus called out. Those are the people that he actually called out pretty bad, where they wanted to stone him for his words. Guys, there have always been fake men in every generation. The problem is the fakeness is now accepted. It's almost as if it is okay to be fake. And we know all these things going on in our society right now, and there's too many to list. That's what's going on. It's fake media. It's fake gender identities. It's fake education, and the list goes on. So we have a choice to either fake it, or we can choose to make it with being real every day and choosing to be real every day, regardless of how hard that might be, how unmotivated we might get, or what situations we are dealt with. So that's what I want to encourage you guys here today. I hope that blessed you. And if it did, share this with a friend, share this with someone you know, and just stay strong, stay real, and don't let people get you to thinking that being fake until you actually make it is actually going to work in your life. Until next time.